Hello and welcome to a new video from Skolera Training Videos. In our video today, we'll continue looking at what we can do inside the classroom. So once again, to remind you, we just go back to our course, and from within our course, we can then select the class that we want to deal with. As we said, if you have more than one class, you can choose which class you want to deal with. But let's go into the class, and this time we're going to look at the behavior notes. Behavior notes is a way of keeping records of the student behaviors. Not only actually looking that we write it, but we can actually inspect behavior records that were written about the students from previous teachers. So we get an idea of who these students are. Now we click on behavior notes. Here we can see that there was a note written previously, right up there. If we click on the note itself, it's the category of the note and everything, and you can click on the note itself and you can see the details of the student on their profile. But other than that, we can also create a new note. To write a new note, you need to select the name of the student, okay. Category of behavior. Now we've added some positive and negative categories, plus others, because we found that there are too many that were found, so you can put others at the end. But let's say this is, we want to write a positive note this time, okay, cooperative, for example. Consequences, of course, if it's a positive thing, there is no consequences in this case. Location, where this happened. Okay, whether it's in the class, in the playground, on the stairs, and so on. Then you can write the note itself. Okay, we can write here that Hala was very kind to help her friends, for example. Okay. Now, after that, you can decide to share this note with other teachers who teach the student, parent of the student, and the student themselves. Of course, when it's something positive, it's a good start to share it with the student to start with. We can use these as a method of escalation. So the first time a student does something, we write the note and it's just shared with the student. If he continues doing it, if it's something positive, we move and share it with the parents as well, so, and tell them that it's been moved to the parents. And then, of course, after that to the teacher. It works both ways. You can do this with positive and with negative things. If it's something negative, you can also tell the student that now, because it's your first time, it's just between me and you. If it's repeated, I will share it with their parents. If it's repeated, I will share it with the teachers, and so on. Obviously, school administration and your academic supervisors have access to see all of these notes in all cases. Once the note is written and created, you can then just click on submit. We need to write the location here, so let's say this happened in class, right there, and we click on submit, and the note is recorded and found. Okay. When we go back to the notes, now we find that there are two notes. Okay, one cooperative, this is the one we just did, which was before the disruptive conduct, so it's both of the positive and negative ones in there. Posts, we've already seen the posts from the course level, but here we're concentrating on replies from students that come from a particular post. So this is the post that we wrote previously, and if there are any replies from the students related to this class, it's there. We can still create a post from inside here and actually post it, or edit and delete the existing post if we want to make changes to it. What we'll go to next is students, and this shows us a list of our students right here, and ways to communicate with the students and with their parents. We can send messages to a student or to the parent, or we can select a number of students and send a message to these students or to their parents. Okay. Once you click on the contact students, for example, you will notice that it adds a large number of administrators as well in the recipients, mainly because there is copies that are being sent to your academic supervisors, members of the board or members of the team that are monitoring the communication, the PR sections or so on, based on the school requirements. They might not be the same numbers right there, but they will still appear in the messages. Then you can write your message itself and just click on send if you want to. You can do equally the same thing by contacting the parents as well, right there. From here we can also see how we can fill in the progress report and view a performance analysis, which is basically a report on the student performance. When those two are actually created, they are downloaded as a PDF file that will be found on your device, which you can then explore and use or send to the students as well if you wish to. Last thing we have here is the weekly plans. Now, weekly plans are actually created by an admin and they're attached. If my subject is one of the subjects involved in the weekly plans, it will be displayed in here and we can look at it in details. We will dedicate a separate video for the weekly plan as it goes through quite a long process from the very beginning to the end and how to handle it. So we'll stop at this point. Today we covered how we can look at and add new behavior notes for students, and also how we can communicate with the students by sending messages either to the students or to their parents, and how we can see their progress reports and their performance analysis. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you in future videos of Skolera training videos.